Hello, this is going to be a quick and dirty guide to processing a bunch of drops from a mob farm of some sort. Just a disclaimer, this is recorded in Meatballcraft, and it's generally applicable to basically any modded Minecraft pack that has some way to spawn a bunch of mobs, and then you kill them with some kind of machine, and then suddenly the machine is just completely clogged of like broken armor and bows and the drops you actually do want, enchanted books, and stuff like that. A lot of newer players are having problems trying to deal with all the junk, especially when it has like MBT values and stuff like that. Maybe they don't have access to any crazy ways to filter out MBT data because maybe you're playing expert pack and it's gated behind a slice and splice, and you just don't really want to mess with all that right now. You're just trying to get a mob farm up right at the beginning of the game. So, the general idea is to just push into inventories that are already kind of filtered to what you want them to accept and keep. So, for example, in Meatballcraft, we have the enchantment library that holds enchanted books, and it will only accept enchanted books. Um, and you can also set up a drawer wall with all the drops that you do want. I did goof here in the start. You can see where I've expanded on. I do recommend doing 2x2 drawers instead of the 1x1s, just to save on space. But you can see I have everything filtered here that I do want to keep. Stuff like, diamonds and charger shanks and ingots and all the other bits and bobs that we actually do want to collect and use. And the idea here is to use some sort of piping, like Ender.io conduits, XNet, Super Factory Manager, Steve Factory Manager, anything like that that can do priorities. And basically just kind of go down a line, pushing into inventories, and getting rid and slowly filtering down until the only things left is the junk that you don't want. So, for example, here in this really basic setup, we have the enchantment library, our drawer wall, and then the trash can. So, using Ender.io conduits, we can say here and start setting the priorities. So here, maybe we call this priority 5. So this will be the highest priority, so it's going to push into this first. So all the items are going to try and go into this enchantment library, but only enchanted books can actually go in. Next up, we'll have it try the drawer wall. So we'll make that 4. And after it's tried this, it'll try here, and all that stuff will get filtered out. And then on, maybe that's all I care about. This is stuff I care about. I care about enchanted books, and that's it. I don't care about anything else that isn't in this wall. It isn't an enchanted book, so we just trash the rest. So we can make that priority 3. Now, for example, maybe you're further in the pack. Maybe you have more filtering options available to you, and heck, you can still expand this and maybe get rid of the trash can. But now you have, I don't know, like a furnace that can smelt down some of the armor that starts spawning actually good armor, not like gold armor, but maybe Bloodmaster armor that you want to smelt down for the ingots and stuff like that. Maybe you decide to have like a little mechanical user to open up some of the intestine loot boxes, at least here in Meatballcraft, or maybe loot bags if your pack has that. Maybe you have a crafter, because Meatballcraft has a way to get rid of the little random spell books. You can craft spell books and get a resource out of it. So maybe you send those to the crafter rather than just deleting them. So suddenly you can just have more and more things. Maybe you have an EMC link and you can delete all the EMC stuff and at least get EMC out of it. It's free extra EMC. And you would just kind of continue down this line, just going down priorities. So this one was 4, this one's 3. So we can go down to 2 and 1. And it would just keep going down and down and down. And of course, some of these, like I said, you do have to kind of filter them like this. It would put everything in here, so you might have to use like an advanced item filter and match, or maybe not match metadata or MBT, but put the spellbooks in here, and it would take any spellbook, no matter what the MBT or the damage of the spellbook is, and put it in here. And similar here, this is for the intestines. You'd have to get the Ender.io filter and put it in here and filter out the intestines themselves. But yeah, so this is easily expandable. And of course, at the end, on your lowest priority, you'd have the trash can for all the other jazz that doesn't, get filtered out along the line. Of course, you don't have to lay it out like this. I just thought this was easy to visually represent how this all looks and how it works. And you can basically make it as simple or complicated as you want. But yeah, so hopefully that helps some people. I see this question a lot in our Discord. How do I just filter out like all the bows and armor and jazz like that? And this is a really simple and effective way. And of course, for those who are new, Ender IO conduits are fairly slow, even with the speed upgrades. You can access multiple sides of your crusher, like so, and extract out of multiple sides of it to help speed up. I do highly recommend looking up a guide or learning or asking in the Discord somehow, something like XNet or Steve's Factory Manager, Super Factory Manager, however you call it, to basically have better processing speeds, because Ender IO conduits are kind of slow and not exactly ideal for this kind of situation. But that can be something you upgrade further along, but definitely this setup worked for me for hundreds of hours until I decided to come back and redo it now. Feel free to reach out to me on the Discord or anything if you have any questions or anything's confusing, and I'll definitely try to help. Well, good luck, have fun. And just real quick, I rebuilt this to use a Super Factory Manager instead of what I had before, which was terrible, and hooked it up. I have some rooms for mob duping, and I have these spawners, which are the blitzes and blazes and stuff like that. But I just wanted to show I have everything hooked up using Super Factory Manager, and I just wanted to show it actually in use. You can see that it's clearing out all the drops, keeping up with them fairly quickly, and everything's going where it should. And I just wanted to show, I replaced the trash can with a chest so you can kind of see what's not getting taken care of here. And this is the kind of stuff that we're getting rid of through the trash can. But everything else is going where it goes. Testaments are going in there, and the spellbooks are going in here, getting scrapped, and all that little jazz. This is for the Bloodmaster. It's getting smelt down, and yeah. So I just kind of wanted to show what more of a proper setup rather than an earlier in the game setup might look like. But yeah. So yeah, like I said, if you have any problems or anything, just let me know.